what we have here today is a door that's in disrepair, and then we're going to try to order a new one, but I think we can save this one. Just to give you an idea, this is called a hollow core door, which means the core, the inside of it, there's nothing in there. Okay, and this is the only thing holding it together. There's a spline that goes around all the way around, a little frame, and as you can see, it's only 3/4 of an inch thick. It's not even made out of wood. This is just composite board or press board, whatever you want to call it. And the door is actually from the factory held together by glue, nothing but glue. Now this door is coming apart because it's dragging on the floor because the hinges, the door is damaged where the hinges are. So we're going to try to take care of that too, and I will include that as part of this video. So anyway, what we're going to do now is go ahead and get set up and start to re-glue it, and we'll be using some clamps, as you can see. Once we get it re-glued, I'll show you this one. That seam there, how separated it is. Put a clamp on there, it pulls it tight like that, and that press board will absorb that glue and hold the door together just like it came from the factory. So anyway, that's our project for today. I'm going to see how that works. As long as the hinges repair properly, then this door should be up like it normally is, and it will swing properly. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, just to save time, I've already done some of the glue up. I don't want the video to be too terribly long. So now I'm just going along, and I like to use a shim. They're nice and thin. I can get it into these little tight spots. And this is just regular Elmer's wood glue. You want to be generous with it. No such thing as too much. A lot of this is going to squeeze out, but that's okay because this is wood glue, not Elmer's white glue. This is Elmer's wood glue. So as long as you use wood glue, it's going to set up really, really, really hard. So when you get that little bit of squeeze out, it's fine because it'll be hard enough that you can sand it and paint it. So just a little bit more on this back side, and we'll be ready to clamp it up. Okay. Push this in here, nice and snug. Pull everything together. Slide down here. Now, as you recall, that little spline is only about 3/4 of an inch. And I can't tell you how many times I've seen people put screws through here thinking that they're going to be putting it back together. And that screw is not grabbing anything. There's nothing in there for that screw to get. So now we're going to clamp up. These are just cheap Harbor Freight clamps that just $1 or $2 a piece. I forget how much they are. They're really inexpensive. And I like to do a little bit of woodworking at home as projects around the house. So I always have a few around, come in handy. As you can see, we're getting a nice tight fit here. So all the gap is gone now. Also have a couple of these. Slip this one on. Top. can see that glue squeezing out. It's exactly what you want. Exactly what you want. I'm going to put one more on it. Right here in the middle of this longer section. And then we can start on our hinge repair while this is dry. Now the great thing about wood glue, the dry time on it, 45 minutes. 45 minutes from now, I'll be able to take my razor knife, scrape off this excess, give it a quick sand, and that door's good to go. So anyway, it's a pretty simple procedure. Wood glue, something simple as an applicator. You want something thin, so you don't have to pull the door too far apart while you're working on it, and then clamp it up. And there you have it. Okay, here we are back on our door project. As you can see, the clamps are on and everything. While that is drying and curing out, we're going to take a look at what caused it. The door was dragging because the hinges, the screws to the hinges are all stripped out. Now this hinge here, as you can see, I've already taken the screws out. Now this is the type of screw that normally comes with the door. This is the screw that I took out. That's a 1-inch drywall screw. As you can see, a 1-inch drywall screw is actually thinner than the original screw. Now whoever tried this repair previously, I don't know what they were thinking. Why would a thinner screw work in place if the thicker screw was already stripped out? So what we're going to do is we're going to use a drywall anchor. Okay, now when we do this, I'm going to put glue on it. Remember that spine that I told you that went all the way around the door? It's press wood. And what's going to happen is when this is in that hole, the moisture in the glue is going to cause the wood to swell up and grab it. So we're going to put some glue on these, put them in the door, let them cure for about 45 minutes, and then we should be able to put a screw in it. Okay, as you can see, I've got quite a bit of glue on there. And I've already got a couple in. Let me put this one in. That in where it's nice and flush. Okay. Now, if you don't have types of drywall anchors, that's not a big deal. You can take any piece of wood just off a 2x4 or whatever, take a razor knife and shave off a piece that'll be thick enough where you can just hammer it in there. Just make sure you put glue on it so that it'll hold as good as it possibly can. Another thing I like to do if I have it on hand is take a wooden dowel, just a small 3/8 or 1/8 of an inch wooden dowel, take a 1/8 inch drill bit, just drill it out, put that dowel in there with the glue on the end, and take my razor knife, squirt, snap it off, and then it'd be like just a solid piece of wood, and you just re-drill it like you would if it were brand new. So anyway, we can let that set up for about 45 minutes, and we'll put a couple of screws in it and see what we get. Okay, about ready to wrap up our door. We've got the screws in. As you can see, the door now swings freely, so that worked out just fine. All we have to do now, this little spot here can be caulked in, or actually just be sanded, and there's our old glue. It just peels right off. sanding, fresh coat of paint. This unit needs to be painted anyway, so it's going to get a fresh coat. But as you can see, held up pretty good. Feels like a solid door again. Good solid repair. So, and that's pretty much about it. There's nothing complicated about it. Just glue and screws. Screws up there. There's nothing but glue here. There are no. I didn't use any screws or nails. So we're in good shape.